Hi everybody. I remembered to put the mic on this time so you can actually hear me for my introduction today. Hair reveal number 2, I guess. And also we have our loot reveal today, which is super exciting. Corian picked out some fantastic stuff as always. So we'll get into that here soon in a second. But yes. Hi Cindy, hi Christine, hi Candy, hi Uncle Doug, hi Cynthia, hi Jean, hi Christine, hi Peggy. Seems like everybody says that they love it.
Okay.
So for my feelings on it is I think it came out just how I intended it to come. But now that I have blue hair, I've decided I think it looks really good, but it doesn't feel very me per se. Like, even if it, does that make sense? Does that make sense to you guys? Like, even if it feels like it looks really good and I think it's really cool and fun, I'm not like, wow, this is me.
Yeah.
And normally when I get my like hair done, that's how I feel. So I'm a little like, now what's the next thing?
Right? But I think that's kind of the fun of it, though, is that it's going to keep transforming, right?
Yeah.
And that's part of the fun of color, is that you get to keep changing it.
Yes.
Which is so fun.
So right now I'm thinking for my hair, I think I'm going to grow out this part of my hair, the back. I'm going to keep the bangs. And I think I want to do light pink.
Ooh.
Because I feel like this is too dark of a color for me personally to like on myself. And feel like it's very me. I feel too dark and angsty.
The opposite of what Corian wants to feel.
Yeah.
Because she was like, oh, Ainsley's the sun and I'm the moon.
Yeah, yeah. And a lot of people
really
do
gorgeous,
tell me
like,
that I
raven
have,
hair.
People do tell me I'm very much a sun type personality.
Sunshiny,
and so I feel like
yes.
this is like, especially because I like to dress edgy, this is like a misbalance to balance out my personality.
Right, so you need the sunshiny hair
Yes.
to balance out the like more edgy clothes and fashion, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Fun. Ooh, Christine, have you considered a darker shade? I think it would look amazing with your skin tone. Probably. I mean, it would look beautiful, but
I considered it, but
yeah.
I think that it's just like, it feels too dark and heavy for me.
That might be harder to recover from.
Yes.
Too. Like,
that was the other thing, because I was like, oh, maybe I should just try it, but it would be hard for me to get it back to like a very light color.
right.
After going a very dark color.
Because like if you did black on your hair, which
that
takes
would
color
that
really
would take
intensely.
so long to get out.
Can you imagine?
I would feel horrible.
Like,
I know a girl who she did that, and she's like, yeah, I just feel so dark and I don't like it.
Yeah.
And she's like, I want to be platinum again. And so she had to go through this entire process. Her hair was so short. She had to get extensions just to get back to blonde.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, so
yeah, fun day today. We are going to be, I'm going to put in the comments here.
And I'm naturally like a dirty strawberry-ish blonde.
Yeah, it's kind of like has a little bit of red in it, and then it's a little darker. But in the summer it gets bright highlights, and then you usually highlight it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have just put in the comments here, if you're not already subscribed to the warehouse loot, which is mostly what we're going to be talking about today, that's linked here in the comments. Or if you're not clicked into the video, there is a link at the bottom that takes you straight to the subscribe page. So if you guys are interested in that. Ooh, Cindy says, I like purple tips.
That could be really cool.
Yeah, didn't I say I thought your transition should be blue to purple, then to pink? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to talk to Allie about it.
Like what she would do.
Yes.
Just thinking about like color theory.
Yes.
That's what I was thinking. Like how things can blend and transition. I'm going to pin this comment so we can see. But welcome everybody so far. Also, something that we've been doing is when we've only done this once, but I think it's going to be something that we will continue to do, is if there's a design that we really like, that happens from today, we're going to make a kit out of it for the warehouse. And we will be popping those on as warehouse specials. So far we did that just with one of the earring kits that Ainsley did in a previous week. There's another one that finally I got the beads to Corian so that we can do a kit with. That's these filigree earrings that are behind you.
These ones?
No, they would be from the warehouse day. I gotta figure out where I put them. They're hanging up here somewhere. And I will.
Who's playing Where's Waldo? Who knows what she's talking about?
Somebody find the exact pair of filigree earrings
find
in
them?
the background. I wonder, maybe they're not hanging up here. And I said, oh, I found them. Look at that.
Oh.
These ones. So I'll be talking to Corian about making these into a kit. You can hold them up. So kind of a fun thing that we may be doing for those of you who don't subscribe to the Loot, so you can still get out of that. We now have all the materials to be able to do these. So Cindy says you have a cute pixie face shape and that will go with lots of colors. Yes, she's lucky that way. And her skin tone is really compatible for that. Those look really pretty. I love big earrings on your short hair.
Yeah, me too.
Also, we have, for anybody who hasn't done it yet, Doug, if you would put the number in the comments. We really appreciate when you guys subscribe to SMS because we can let you know when we're going live. And that includes those of you who are subscribed to the masterclass, and it gives you a hyperlink right in your text to be able to get there, which is really great. Lynn, they do, don't they? She said they would look great with your hair today, and yes, they do. All right.
Do we have anything else that we need to talk about, or can we hop right into
I think we'll hop into this. We will do the Loot review so everybody can see what's coming at the end of the month, and then we will do a short overview on the stash once we're done creating with this.
Okay. Sounds good to me. So I'm going to switch over our camera view so that you guys can take a good sneak peek of what's in here now. Let's do our little drive through of everything. Okay. We have these beautiful, what are these, mother of pearl?
Yes, those are shell, so yeah, that would be mother of pearl.
These blank hearts, super cute. There's 3 of those, and there's 5 of those mother of pearl. There's 6 of these hearts. Really adorable. Let's make the cutest little earrings. These hoops. There's 4 of these. These birds. 6 of these. 3 of these leaves here, or feathers, depending on how you interpret that. 3 of these mandala pendant pieces, castings. 3 of these, more organic shape. And 2 of these beautiful lion and the snake. 3 of these teardrop hoops. This bracelet, is this 14K or 10K?
Most of those are all 10K.
Yeah, so 10K gold for this bracelet. Plating.
Yeah.
This is also 10K plating. And then we have a necklace. Also 10K, that's that rope chain. All very stunning. Okay. I'm going to pull this over so I can pull my mat on so nothing's sliding around. Give me just a second to figure out.
It's right here.
I just need that to be out of the way for 2 seconds. Okay.
Do you have your multi-view on?
I'm going to in a second. I think you need to move the camera down a little bit.
Yeah, probably. Once I can see.
That's a little too down.
Okay.
Right? Just ever so slightly down. Yeah, it's good. Okay. All right. The very first thing that comes to mind for me is I want to make a little cluster using this piece, but I want to use it more sideways.
Oh, Peggy's asking how long the necklace is. Let me measure that. It probably says on here 18 inches actually.
I'm gonna add different components here to layer. So I can decide how I like that.
So basically what we'll be doing is giving some design ideas. We'll give you a little bit of a heads up before Ainsley swaps it out, and she'll say screenshot, and you can take a little screenshot if you want to keep the idea. And then we'll move on to the next idea.
So this is the first idea that I have had. What's going on here is I would hole punch 1, 2, 3. This would be connected here by chain. This would be connected to here by chain. And then something I would do is I would add a little bead in there, and I might add more, like a bead over here and a bead over here, or a couple chains with some beads dropping down. Just kind of depends how you want to do it, but this is the overall clustering. So you can take a screenshot of that if you'd like.
Yeah, you could almost like take your screenshot and then draw in your chains.
Yep. That's exactly what I was doing in my head as I was drawing them in.
So, and then we'll set those aside as you go along so that you can do, so you don't reuse elements. So that everything they see today can be made with this one loot.
Okay.
Corian says, "Hi everyone, miss me yet?" It's been a minute, right? We didn't get to see you on Friday. We have to wait all the way until Friday to see you again. Well, most of us, I'm sure I will see you more often or sooner than that. Because we're usually chatting about something that's going down. Just checking to see if we have any questions, any more questions in here. Ooh, I'm liking how like delicate these are feeling. Really airy feeling.
Okay. This is another screenshot you guys can take. Very simple, but I think it's really beautiful. I also think it looks great without this. think it's still really cute. I would definitely add a little bead down here and here, or maybe even off the bottom or both, depending on how maximalized you want it. But that is the overall design concept for that. Corian said, Ains, your hair reminds me of Bibble. I love it.
Oh my gosh, it is! It is the exact color of Bibble. All
That's
she
so
needs
funny.
is pink polka dots.
Yep.
Love it.
Okay. Let's see what else I want to do here with our wonderful stuff.
Would you hammer those?
Yeah, I was going to say that I would.
Yeah.
But also I think that layering them right on top of each other
Oh, I love that.
makes it like a kind of scaly look. I
Wait.
would make a bracelet out of this or a necklace. That's just...
If you hammered them and gave them a little bit of a different antique to each color, that could be pretty too.
Yeah, I would definitely. And then I would just hole punch them, and then you could either rivet them, or you could. I'm trying to think how that would work with the jump ring. I would probably just rivet
it.
Yeah, it might be hard to do anything else.
Mm-hmm. That might be a good candidate to make if we have time, you know.
So yeah, I feel like that's really cool.
Would you put that like as a single pendant on that necklace, or are you saving that for another idea?
I kind of like the bracelet idea more, so I would definitely make this into a bracelet. So
Maybe
it could
using
just
that
be
one.
continued. But yeah. You can screenshot that. All right. Something I would do with this one is I would add some chain with some little beads. So this would be kind of like, like a falling stars kind of way. You know how it kind of like they kind of come down at little random different heights, the little streaks, and some little crystals here to add more dimension.
Why don't we, I know beads don't come in it, but since you have like an idea, let me give you some small beads so that you can kind of illustrate what the layout of that would look like. And then I'll just give you some head pins so you can show like the lengths of what the chain might look like. Rosie says she really loves your hair color too.
Thank you.
Wait, you know what we forgot to do? Is do impressions of what your brother's reactions were. There's one. There's a second one. And I feel like Hunter's was just like a non-reaction. He's like, oh, you changed it again.
You didn't say anything.
No,
so.
Nothing, right? Peggy says, Ains, I like your nails with the exception of the ones polished red. They look like they're bleeding. Which one is that? Oh, the pinkies?
This one? Well, this one the charm came off of, which is sad.
Aw.
So it does look different than it was intended to look.
I love all the star details and everything. Ooh, yeah. So I'm really glad I had you lay those out because that pattern is just, love it.
Okay, you can screenshot that.
Now, how would you suggest that they anchor these to make sure that they don't slide together? Would you do like wire wrap the top so
Yep.
that it stays really
That's
tight?
exactly what I was thinking is you would just wire wrap for your connections.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Julie says, love the hair, Ainsley. Very fairy.
Thank you. That's what I was going for.
I'll take those back. These are
Still
actually
have
going to be
some
part
more.
of a bead mix for an upcoming intro.
Okay. Okay, let's see what else there is to do. Something else that could be cool is if we stacked these like
Ooh,
this.
I like that idea.
And did this right off the middle. Maybe like with some chain connecting like so.
Should we, you know what? I think we've got like a little bag of chain over here.
I think I might have some chain bits here.
Yeah, so we could just illustrate that because, we've got plenty of jewelry supplies around here.
Here, I have some illustration already.
Okay,
You don't
awesome.
need to do that. You don't need to cut it. So it could look like that. And then I would just leave it like this. I wonder if this would look good. That's also really cool. So you could do that. Also screenshot. Okay.
I feel like it's a little quiet as you're thinking about your design process. We were just talking about this on Corian's stash class. And I was saying how sometimes when I'm in my creative process, I have such an inner monologue that I have to remind myself to externalize it while I'm teaching, right? Say what I'm thinking. And Corian said she even when she's alone, will talk herself through the process as she's going, which I think is very interesting.
I would do like fringe chain down here. I illustrated like half of the fringe.
Here, I'll give you a few more pieces. Don't mind the red that's on there. That was not intentional. I drug this bit of chain through last week's colorway.
All right. They kind of get the idea. This and then fringe.
Peggy says, oh, I have to agree with Peggy. It looks kind of like a face. How would you change that up so it looks less face-like?
What looks like a face?
The pendant. If you look on the screen.
Oh, well, this is going to have jump rings on it, so I don't think it will look like a face anymore. Mm-hmm. The other thing you could do is you could add, like, a stone in the middle of here, like make one and then glue it.
So if you took the center one out, would it look less face-like? Or maybe more?
more, I think.
Or you could do something different.
But
that's
if you
not
just
like
did something
tongue-like.
in the middle here, I think it won't look like a face.
Like you said, or a runny nose. You know what is interesting? There are a good subset of people that see faces in everything, and some people just don't. I'm a see face kind of person. I see it in a lot of things, and then I end up changing stuff so that it doesn't look like a face anymore. Yeah, Corian said just separate the top two.
I think it'll still look like it.
Let me see. I'm gonna wait for the camera to catch up and see if it still looks like it.
I can still see a face. This is more facious to me because it's like two big eyes, big nose, like
It's a surprised face.
yeah.
Oh, you know what? I think though, if you had them parallel to each other,
Bro,
like
is,
in
I
a
don't
row.
think this is not gonna. I don't think moving them is gonna change it.
No, but put them all in a row, not arced. Then I think it wouldn't.
No, it's still a face.
Ooh, all in a row, vertical. Then it wouldn't.
Yeah, but I don't like that.
Wait, Cindy says now it's Mickey. When you had it, probably
That's
like the
funny.
big eye. So Lisa says do 3 discs on one side and asymmetrical design on the other. I like that idea. That's kind of cool where you would stack them up on the one side. Since we're just experimenting here, right? We can show how a different few of these look. And then she's saying other like beads or something up the other side. Interesting. I also think that if you didn't do the teardrop at the bottom of the 3, then it wouldn't look face-like. Can I see what that would look like if you did your chain from the center but eliminated the teardrop? I'm gonna push your ability for elastic thinking here. What would that look like?
Put the hoop on the top of the copper, kind of wrapping the hoop. That's a good idea. That's what Corian was saying.
Yeah, that would be pretty. I also think your design that you did for that one could work really well. I know why I'm thinking of that. You know the raccoon necklace that you did? Disc, French, would look really pretty with those. Cindy says I would use one, then make earrings with the other 2. Yeah, do you want to do...
I'm going to leave that one like that with pretend fringe.
Yeah.
Because that's going to make it the least face looking.
She was saying an earring design with those 2. I've done earrings with those. You can't
These would
really...
they might be a little heavy, do you think?
So I've done them with earrings. You can't hang a lot with them. So I would suggest very, very lightweight wire with beads or something very lightweight, because even the amount of jump rings that you add will add to the weight of them because they are a casting. So I would say keep it minimal. So even maybe the bird just right on top of it you could do, because then it's just the ear wire going through the both of them. You know what I'm saying? Like if you use these and strung it through, then you're not adding really any weight to it. Because, you know, that's something that I always consider on my Etsy shop is how heavy my earrings are. And I always list the weight. So yeah, a couple cute ideas with those. Awesome.
Kind of have some pickings at this point.
Now, it gets more challenging as you go along because you can't reuse the product. that. You could hang those on chain, like going up the necklace too. Ah, Cindy, yes, maybe glue them to a post back. That's a good idea. Or you could maybe rivet them to a post back too.
I think I want
Corian, we will be doing that in a future live because we're going to be actually adding this to the line.
He's just a little hard to see. He needs some
You do that on screen.
love.
He needs a little bit of shining because these are older stock, right? We're also going to be introducing this lion snake to the catalog so that more people than just what are getting the loot can get this guy. So I'm working on a design idea with him right now.
Haha, you guys can't see it.
Yeah, it definitely brings out his detail a lot. Also, it might look really pretty hammered.
Yeah, maybe.
How would you attach that because there's no hole in the top?
I would
What
just
would you do?
attach it with jump rings because there's connections on top and the bottom. Oh, I would just use a screw down.
Risky.
I know. It is very risky. We know it's the same riskiness as you doing the other shell.
You're not risk adverse, but yeah, I think I would be a little risk adverse. You could wrap it with filigree though too.
If I had filigree in front of me, but I don't. This would be kind of a cute bracelet. Or like this. Let's do that.
Ooh.
Could be a really cute necklace.
What are you doing with the rest of the things? You would just suggest adding them to one of these things.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
like this could be the rest of these are just like could be used for anything,
Right.
Because we have chain left, and we have
One of those.
one of those left.
Okay.
So
I like the idea for the demo portion of this where we actually make something. I would like to see these hearts maybe hammered and riveted together. And then, like Corian was saying, the lion snake, maybe painting that guy. That would be a good, I think, demonstration. We can take those.
why would you take that away?
Because you're going to
I guess
be hammering and painting and stuff. Do you
have a
want,
hammer?
so I have the heavy one here, the lighter one's over here, which is, I think that's what you're going to use is the 4-ouncer.
Dun, dun, dun. I'm done. My process for this is essentially I'm dimpling this entire top part, and then I go around and dimple the edges and then flatten it a little bit. So
some of my most popular items are the hand hammered ones, and they just sell way better than anything that's like a pre-hammered finish. You guys know I like to hammer, so it's a good thing. Although I had kind of a unfortunate accident last week. I switched two people's orders. I got them mixed up. It was after I had been sick, and I don't know how I did it because I was like, oh, it would be so bad if I mixed up these two people's orders. So my intuition was telling me that something was wrong, and I thought I double checked it, but so I sent out this really beautiful, expensive pair of earrings to somebody who had ordered just a ring. And so I was just like, oh no, I have to make these other ones really quick because she's like, hey, these are for a very special event. So I was whipping through them, and let me just, so if you see that, like, can you see that purple spot on my finger?
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
kind of see it.
So I went full force with the hammer right into the top of my finger. Don't do that, guys. I would not recommend it. That's not patina on my finger. It's a bruise. Yeah, so Rosie, we had a product that was cloisonne. It's a little bit different spelling. I think maybe Corian's comment got auto-corrected on here because it's C-L-O-S, cloisonne. But, yeah. So yes, be careful with your hammer, but these are really prettily done. I really love them. I think there's a lot of stuff that you could do with the hammered hearts, but I'm excited to see them connected together.
Doug said that's how Peggy paints her nails.
I feel like Doug and Peggy have that like brother-sister kind of energy. Hand me the fringe that you were using on here. I'm just going to put together while you're doing that a couple of these ideas that you had from today. So you say, in the battle of the wits, Peggy has a leg up on you, huh, Doug? I think that's fun, and I think that you and Kieran actually had that kind of energy, even though that he's a cousin and not a brother. You had that witty banter stuff going on for sure.
Yeah, we go for each other's throats, but not too far.
Go through the jugular, right?
Yeah. He had more decency than Hunter did.
He was like, I know when to stop.
I know what not to say.
I know which things are taboo. He still thinks fat jokes are funny.
Not okay.
He's like, it's only funny because it's not true. I'm like, you might want to
Never say
Change
that.
your sense of humor before you get married to someone.
Okay.
So you need hole punch pliers, right? There you go.
I'm lining this up. I'm flipping it over. Trying to keep it as lined up as possible still. Then I'm going right in where that existing hole is. To punch. Oh my gosh.
Oh, don't. Yeah, I wouldn't suggest trying to punch through both of them at the same time. I mean,
No,
you
I'm not.
can.
This one just is already
It's thicker.
Oh, this one wasn't all the way through.
Yeah.
That's why.
Oh, one of them was already punched.
Yeah, well, I was just punching in at the same spot. One was already punched, but it wasn't completely like the same size, so it wasn't going through.
I'm half paying attention, guys, because I'm trying to put together some of these ideas.
So just
Things
pre-punch
that came
your
up with.
pre-existing hole because it's not as big. That would be an issue anyway for your rivets because you would need to make it larger anyway for that if it's not that size. Okay. This one has a larger hole now.
And you need probably a couple of those rivets, right? I'm just going to move this over a little bit so we can still see your face, not in the corner. Falling asleep on the job over here, guys. Peggy says, plus you work hard in the metal. Yes, so she makes a good point. If you punch it before you hammer it, it's going to be easier to punch. Did you know that? You learn something new every day.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Sorry, my brain is processing, guys.
Sometimes I'll ask Ainsley a question. I'll be like, yeah, hey, did you hear me? She'll be like, yes, I'm still processing your question.
Okay. This one needs it. Just doing the next heart in the same spot. I have to punch this one
Just gonna pop
in that
over.
pre-existing hole. Now we just need to do one hole punch on the tip of this one.
Lisa says, if I punch first, inevitably I would hammer the hole and distort it. The one spot I need to miss becomes a target. You know what I do is I punch before and then undistort the hole. I found that it actually saves me time because I can get everything lined up and then hammer it. You are punching twice, but it does make it easier. Especially if you're trying to get things somewhat symmetrical for like a pair of earrings, or you're trying to be very precise, that becomes harder to do later. So, seems like more work, but it creates a more consistent.
For these tighter holes, I just like to use leverage against my thing once I get it like semi-situated. Or not. What the?
Gotta always show the exception to the rule, right?
It's a hater.
It's like it's a prove me wrong one. Yes, Lisa, that is, you know what?
Just too tight still,
So-
just for this piece in particular. It's not as soft as some of our other stuff, so I'm just going to use our bead all.
Lisa was talking about the pain of punching a hole too close to the edge. Usually it happens when I'm in super a hurry, and it's sad because you can get like really far in the process, like have it all hammered perfectly, and then you mess up on the punch. That's also why I like to do it beforehand, because if I mess up the initial hole punch, then I'm not way into the process.
There we go. Now she's going in. This one needs to be made larger, I believe. Yeah, I'll stop to.
When I was in college, I took a traditional stained glass course where you learn how to do lead caming and copper foil, all those things. And there was a supply list that you got for the class. And one of the supplies was called Bad Cut Coolant. And it was an illustration of a bucket of water. Basically, because some of the glass that you buy can be really expensive, and when you mess it up, it can be very frustrating. So I thought that was cute. What's your bad punch coolant? Is it a bucket of water, or is it like some sort of treat that you have to give yourself? Lisa says, I do not have depth perception. I'm 63. I'm extremely nearsighted. I have plenty of excuses. But yeah, I'm usually just not being careful. Turn your hearing aid off, maybe. That's funny. It's a friend of mine posted, and she said, I've come to the age of having to turn off the radio so I can see better when the weather's bad when I'm driving. I totally do that. When I need to really concentrate, I have to turn off any auditory stimulation, probably because I have very acute hearing too. That doesn't help. How do these look? Do you feel like the fringe needs to be shorter?
No, I like that.
You like that? Okay. So I'm just putting over here in the wings of the stage, I'm putting together some of Ainsley's design ideas. Trying to remember from memory how at least one of these went together.
Guys, can you guess? I would not have guessed this. Can you guess what I got diagnosed with?
Ooh, Ainsley wants to know what you think. See if you can guess her official
Because I wasn't expecting it. So
not everybody on here would have known that you went through neuro testing because you just wanted to understand your thought pattern more, right?
yeah.
I don't know that anybody's going to guess this one. But after they hear it, it might make sense. Because I was like, oh, that kind of makes sense a little bit. But I would say because it's not on the extreme end of things, because you don't have certain behaviors, that it didn't necessarily make sense. Or not, it wasn't something that I would have expected. Because you don't have the, I would say, stereotypical symptoms. Aunt Jean is probably the least distracted driver I've ever encountered. When they lived back here, I would wave to her in passing and she never would see me. My eyes were glued to the road. That's funny.
Sometimes she goes on autopilot though.
I do. It's
especially
like,
back there, she would have went on autopilot a lot.
So my mind was only perceiving the road so that it could be thinking about other things. I multi-process all the time. And it kind of gets me into trouble sometimes because I'm so like in my own head that I won't hear or process what somebody's asked me for another couple minutes. And that's what happens with Ainsley too, where she's just like, oh, I was thinking about like, it took a minute for me to register that you had said something to me. So Peggy says autism, which is what you thought, right?
That's what I thought. He didn't discount it, but he was like, what you have is more likely why you have symptoms of autism.
Right. So it's not that. Good guess, though. Oh, whatever, Doug. You're so full of it. True story. She almost hit me a few times while I was walking. That's so untrue. I actually would
smacked you with her hand.
I would always see them out walking. I always noticed people on the road, just not driving. He probably just thought I almost hit him because he was being paranoid because I probably didn't slow down.
Maybe she was just mad at you that time.
I would always see like Jean Carlson out walking too with their dogs. He says JK. Lynn says, love the sibling jokes. Becky says, she knew what she was doing. You guys are so funny. Okay, any other guesses? I feel like nobody's going to guess.
I don't think they're going to get it.
I don't think you will guess it. But when I was driving, she'd never see the wave. That is true. Because I don't register like vehicles really. Like I would never, like it would just go past my peripheral and I wouldn't be like paying attention to who's in the car all the time. For sure. Like I would be in trouble if I had a Jeep, guys, because I would be considered like the rude Jeep person that didn't wave. Just because I didn't like register it. Semi-mind openopathy. Semi-mind openopathy? I don't know what that means. I've never even heard of that. I don't know what that means. Lisa says those hearts are gorgeous together. Oh my gosh. That is like something I would not have thought to do. That is really an amazing idea. Although I'm not, are you like zoomed way out now?
I'm fixing it. I fixed it.
Okay.
I had to fix it a bit.
So you will understand why I'm saying that I stretch her elastic thinking when I tell her to do something different than what she had planned.
I got diagnosed, with OCD.
And she's like, no, it's not the fun, quirky one. It's the scary one.
It's the serial killer one.
Oh my goodness. No, Doug, you know, I have watched The Office, just not like super consistently like you. So I wouldn't know all of the jokes with it. But it is more difficult, I think, to be an elastic thinker with this. And I would say for you, it's like not the typical ways, because you don't have like repetitive things that are externally visible. So like no like repetitive hand washing or like dermophobia or that kind of thing, which is what you normally think about, right?
Oh gee, that hurt.
So what did you just do there that they cannot do?
I just was using a little bit too much force on it, and so it hurt my hand and pushed back on my fingernail.
Oh, Doug says Jim and Pam made up illnesses for random conditions. Okay.
All right. I have this piece.
Love
I think
that.
I want to pair it with something else.
So Lisa said she'll be a fabulous engineer with her attention to detail, right?
Yeah.
So this is where when we talk about like how perfectionism can become like difficult to manage, it's more along those lines, right? Where things have to be really just very much just so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Rosie says, what does the other side look like? So she's interested what the back of the piece. So if you wanted to use this as a pendant and not a bracelet, Peggy says, Ains, just think of it as sheer stubbornness, biological stubbornness.
Yeah.
Right? But I said, you know what I was saying when we were talking about things in general, I said, I think that we would not have created as amazing feats of technology and or invention, etc., if you didn't have some people that were almost unhealthily obsessed with getting their creation and bringing it to light. You've got like brilliant artists with it. You've got brilliant inventors.
Flyers over there, because I have one over here.
I have 3. You can have one.
Whoops. Oops. Oops, she says.
Hey, it was an oops. Ooh, I love it. And you showed Rosie the other side, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay, perfect. Not me over here being distracted. I would say, though, it took me a minute to learn how to drive. More than any of my siblings. And
I had a hard time learning to drive.
Yeah, you did. Dallin did. Because, and here's the reason why, is because it takes me a while to process what's coming at me. So now my oldest son processes things really fast, and so he's scary for me to drive with because he sees something and makes a split-second decision and
he
goes.
Doesn't always see things. He confessed a story to me where he was going through the night and he was like driving in college or whatever, and he told me that like one time he was with somebody and he was driving back to the apartment or whatever, and he realized, oh, I missed a stop sign. And the person with him was like, oh, I thought you were just missing them on purpose.
Oh my gosh.
Which means he had missed like a lot of them.
Right? But see, I'm so paranoid that something like that will happen to me that I take a very long time to process what's coming at me, like traffic or that kind of stuff. And he is like, He's like low-key, he has said this before too, he's like low-key, it can be dangerous that you do make decisions that quickly, because you can't, it's kind of like, because I'm not confident in that area, I'm very less likely to get in an accident. So, interestingly enough.
Just would finish
Janet
this
says, I
bracelet
like
out.
the interactions between you two. I'm curious whose interactions you mean, Janet.
It's a bracelet.
Okay, bracelet. You want me to finish this with chain or something?
Yeah.
I think it's beautiful. You can show them too how these came together. Now this is my idea for keeping the earrings as light as possible, yet doing something with them. So the idea is you don't add any extra components to them, and so they become, there's no like weight factor. Because if you added chain and jump rings and all these other things, then they're going to become too heavy to wear. And then there's how this one came out. And I would say we should probably just add that to that gold chain that comes with.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe you need one more jump ring. What size do you want it to be? Like this little JR30?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. There you go. There's one for you. Oh, mom and daughter. Thanks, Janet. We try to be fun with each other, but kind, right?
Yes. I think I try less to be kind.
And I don't know. I think it just...
It's mostly like when I need it to be my way.
Yeah. Uncompromising. So, I don't know. Do you mind me sharing that you butting heads with Xavier the other night?
It's fine.
Okay. Just because, so my youngest is almost as stubborn as Ainsley. So it was kind of like watching a car wreck the other night when they were both had different opinions about something, and it was something that was very minor. And just how seriously they were taking it. And so everybody else was like watching a car wreck, and certain people in our family found that funny, and Ainsley didn't find it funny. So it was like the battle of the wills. And who won? Who won? Did you go to full screen on that? Oh, I could have zoomed in on you. Darn it. Anyway, who won on the battle of the wills, Ainsley?
Technically, I did.
You did. Oh, Peggy says we've noticed. Yeah, I really like the way these pieces are coming together. So my question was, I was trying to remember these two that you connected to get together, exactly how these went.
It was,
I will fix those. That's
chain bit,
oh yes, okay.
chain bit,
And then that.
and then this bird hanging down the middle.
Okay, all right. I will put that together. So shall we move over to just showing the Backstage Pass? What came with it this month, and talking about that a little bit. We're going to finish off one more idea. Yep, you can just dump it out and show. For those of you who are not Backstage Pass members, we always like to give a shout out to this subscription as well, because we call it our very best deal. Because it is. You get $75 worth of product every month, plus some sort of free exclusive content every week. So Corian does the stash class where she does on-the-fly designs with all of these. And then we also do either a master class or a designer discussion.
Whoa, I've never
week.
seen this before. This is so cool.
Oh, that was a private label piece. Isn't that cool? I'm going to go ahead and put this in the comments here. So what we're also trying to encourage people to do is share. Peggy says Xavier just gave up. He was tired of the debate. Probably.
No,
Okay.
I think it's because he saw that I was actually got very upset. But I wasn't really upset with him. I was upset that people were laughing at me.
You're just like you didn't
I don't
you
appreciate.
didn't find humor in it, right?
Yeah, I don't appreciate when my feelings are like laughed at. It's very invalidating.
I would agree with that sentiment. Okay, so I just am gonna pin in here. Okay. Yes, so I'm getting to that. Sorry, Corey, and I'm getting distracted as I am putting the link in here. So I just put in the comment the links to the subscription. So basically you're getting it's the stash is kind of like a bonus for all the content that you're getting. Because you're getting master classes, you're getting designer discussions, which are like small group setting, you're getting a lot of education, plus you're getting the stash, which is like worth $75, which is amazing retail. So this is just an example of what our ladies that subscribe get. They got this past month. So Corian this last Thursday, she just taught a class and showed design ideas. There were some really cute ideas with doing the painting the pizza slices to resemble toppings. It was really cute. And then she did some really gorgeous designs with this river piece. So a lot of times you're going to get exclusive pieces that you can't find somewhere else, or just it's a really great deal on them. Thanks, Cindy. She said, do you want to just pop her comment up there?
Which one?
Cindy Gilmer.
No, which comment?
Oh, the love the master classes.
And stashes. Oh, okay. Yeah, because she has like 3 in a row.
Oh, I see.
There's
She's got
2
a
in a row.
few.
2 in a row, and there's another Cindy who
Gotcha.
also said something else, so.
Yes, and that is really smart to bring up, Cindy, that we have a whole library of previous classes that you have access to. So there are a few years worth, and we did them weekly. We did a masterclass weekly for many years. Something new that we've added is designer discussions, where it's a Q&A. We bring up a topic, we prepare a topic, and then we answer all of your questions. So that's kind of a fun new addition, and then us bumping up the value to 75 retail versus 50. So it's a really great deal at only like $35 plus shipping. So it's like we like to say, it's our best deal. We'll get like business advice and also creative inspiration to the max.
Absolutely. Did you finish that?
I'm getting distracted. No. Here, you want to put this one together? I prepped a lot of the pieces for you. I did the punching. We'll just give you a new mat. You don't have to bag that all up.
It'll take 2 seconds to do this, so we'll just might as well.
All right. Might as well keep it all together. There we go. Oh, Corian says, I'm bubble wrapping the acorn crystals. Do not throw it away, as you can't see the crystal through the wrap since it's clear. Maybe put a sticker on it. Doug says, I'm packing up an order for Cindy Gilmer as we speak.
Okay, I need some jump rings.
What kind? Because these were too small. They can't quite connect them together. I'm thinking you need 3.
Yeah, I think 3 small ones would be good.
Do you
I got
want...
some.
Okay. Lynn says, I was so excited when I got the backstage pass. I watched like 3 years of past classes. I stayed up one night until 2 watching and learned so many techniques. That's awesome, Lynn. There's a whole lot you can, from traditional soldering to faux painting techniques to faux soldering. There's just so many options on there. Oh, thanks, Candy. Have a nice day. She's got to run. So we will publish some of these pieces, and then if there's any that we feel like, oh, we would really love to see a kit out of these, we will see if that's possible. Oh yeah, I might take this guy, and make this bracelet while you're doing that. Going into maker mode here.
She says, let me make this, and then gets distracted again.
Well, I'm just checking to see if there are, see, you know what, like the behind the scenes guy gets a bad rap because I'm looking for comments and I'm looking over on YouTube to make sure that there wasn't anything unanswered over there because I don't have them up on the same screen.
I don't think anybody gives you a bad rap.
Except you.
Sometimes. When do I give you a bad rap?
Right there. You're just like,
she
would make it
I'm
for
just
me.
pointing out the inconsistency.
I'm making it. I'm in the middle of it right now. I just needed to check to see what comments were there. Because, I don't want to leave anybody out. Anybody who, needs to be heard. Needs to be answered. Paranoid about that. Somewhat, a little bit. I shouldn't say paranoid. I am, what's the better way to say that? Concerned about that. It is important to me. That's probably more accurate. Plus, as we talked about before, sometimes making sometimes being able to talk and have a discussion while I'm making can be challenging. So externalizing takes energy, guys. It's kind of like some people have a social battery that just doesn't wear out. I am not one of those people. Doug says hypersensitive. I would say that definitely describes me. I'm a very sensitive person, but it's mostly internal. So a lot of people can make the mistake of thinking that you're like Teflon, right? And then you don't get treated with as much consideration when it comes to interpersonal relationships. But what's that? What are you looking for?
2 bits of this.
It was sitting right here, and I thought I tossed it to you. But
wait, I see it. Sorry, it was hiding.
It was hiding underneath another piece? Okay.
Yeah.
So I think that's if you're hypersensitive but it's internal, that could be hard because you do take things more seriously, but people don't know you do. So it's a challenge, guys. Lisa says, I love these elements paired up with anything, but the layout you did earlier was superb. Thanks, Lisa. I did finish this bracelet off. Hopefully that's what you had in mind.
It looks like it is. Can you give me one of those larger jump rings
This kind?
that's open? There's one in front of you. That's
Yeah, these are a little distorted, so
then just
let me give you a new one. They were a little wonky. You know how every so often you'll get a jump ring that got smushed or something? They were wonky to begin with, and I couldn't really get them to do what I wanted them to do. Hyper, not all the time, just in this case. You would be surprised, Doug. I do a very good job of masking how hypersensitive I am. You learn to, I think. But I think I've gotten better about not taking things personally that aren't intended that way, right? Ainsley's like, maybe.
I don't know why you're asking me.
You're like, I don't know what goes on in your brain.
It's not my purview.
I can't tell that. But I do get, and I think your dad is this way, but more so than I am, is if you feel like you've upset someone, it really bothers me. Like, it will stick with me for weeks. And I feel like there's, some people can just let that go and they just move on from it very quickly. But if I feel like, I did something I misunderstood or that kind of stuff, it stays with me for a very, very long time. Can I help you find something?
I found it.
Peggy, would oval jump rings have worked to connect the two bars?
If you had the larger ones, we don't have those ones here.
Maybe.
But the smaller ones wouldn't have.
Yeah, I'm thinking that maybe our largest size of oval jump rings might work. But also, it's not going to be as fluid. So I prefer the smaller jump rings because it's going to not get hung up on the jump ring, if that makes sense. Where it can get kind of stuck. And I would say, yeah. Ooh, I think I know what you should do with this. I've got an idea, if you're willing. To work with me on it. I'm thinking we're a little bit off screen with your...
It's because I had to hold
yeah.
close to myself to line that
Gotcha.
up. That's why.
Yeah, I wonder if we do have some of that size here somewhere.
I don't think so. I've not seen them here.
I think we may have had some at the other studio.
Yeah, we did at the other studio,
but
not
I
at
don't
this
think
one.
we had a lot of them. Okay.
There is that pendant.
Pretty. Okay, so my idea, tell me if you like this. I was thinking that it might be cool to do an asymmetrical, the double chain on one side and then some of this gold on the other. Or would you keep it the same all the way around?
I think that would look good too.
But I think what I might do is actually just match the chain that you have in the bottom. Because I think that's it's better. Which is this one. Because I think that's a little bit more consistent looking. Love that. Well, we can finish that off and provide some photos for you guys. because I think we're about there. Do you want to model the, you're putting the bracelet on right now?
Yeah, this class was just a little bit difficult to open, so.
Oh, can I have the hole punch pliers? Thanks.
I don't know, can you?
May I have the hole punch pliers?
Ugh, I can't do this by myself. It's just that class was a bit sticky.
Uh-huh. You have to, like if you're using our plated pieces, sometimes you have to work the clasp back and forth a couple of times because of the plating in the mechanism. Just FYI, if you have a sticky one, just open and close it a few times. So what I will do is actually, I'm gonna punch holes right in here on this one in order to hang it from
Oh, I was just gonna string it through.
I tried that and it doesn't hang right. That's why I didn't do that. That's what, yeah, I did try that, but I will do that and then you can model it. Do you want to put on the other pieces again and we can go to full screen? Cure. Who just popped in? Is it Renee?
Mm-hmm.
I love your hair. We all do. She's so cute. I think it's maybe more bubbly, like you might not think it is, but it is more bubbly than you think it is, especially like in the coming weeks as it lightens up a little bit. It'll feel that way as it gets the lighter shade. Oh wait, we didn't make the joke that we were making earlier today.
Oh yeah.
That I was making, the joke that I was making. Look at Ainsley became like the most dedicated brand ambassador. Fun coincidence, right? How long do you want this necklace?
That coincidence.
How long do you want this necklace?
Like medium length, like yeah, about there.
Okay. So I'll make it a little bit shorter than that because it's gonna hang different on you because your neck's smaller. Okay. I was just manifesting this day when I decided on this color for all of our branding way back in 2000 and whatever it was, early 2000s.
2005.
Well, that's
2004.
We didn't have the tool line yet when we launched the company. That was later.
But you didn't pick out your branding colors?
They were not like this. In the beginning, it was like a dark brown that was the vintage brown and kind of like a mustardy gold, which was like the high tones in the, it was all brass and no aqua. That didn't come till later when we decided on the tools, and I found the perfect shade of aqua for all of the tools to be made in. We were like the only ones that had tools this color, guys, when they came out. Now you can find some nowadays, but you couldn't back then. So we had the leg up on the cute tools. They were either pink or gray.
I don't like the way the other tools handles are.
Well, okay, so these are ergonomic. And Beadsmith they have such great
Like
tools, right?
most are like kind of like this.
Yeah. They're meant to reduce hand fatigue. So since, we were jewelry designers first and a jewelry findings company second, you get a preference of what you feel comfortable with in your hand. And so we started using the Beadsmith tools way before we ever had a partnership with them. And they just were so, had so many great options, and we picked like the perfect balance between quality and comfort. Okay, finished putting it together. Cindy says, brand girl. You didn't tattoo it on your forehead though, so that's good.
How do they know?
Have you ever seen?
How do they know?
Yeah, they wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know.
Can you tell? Maybe I did.
Have you seen the lawsuits about that too, though, or cases where people like later on they regret it? Love these ideas
Okay.
coming to fruition. Plus, feel free to make the others that Ainsley laid out earlier. Loving it.
You can zoom in.
Sure.
Simple but cute.
You know what? These are perfect sweater weather necklaces, right? They're really great for wearing over a top. I think a lot of the designs that we do are like great for your neckline, but if you change up the lengths, maybe with that one long and the other one shorter, you can actually clip that in. If you do, like, let's do this. Hey guys.
Well, you can just use this chain to extend it.
Well, I can't because there's not a clasp on it.
I'll just add a clasp.
This is what I was going to say, is if we made this one just a little shorter. So you can show how to wear them together. What's nice about this chain that Ainsley's used, and she's been using this a decent amount, you can clip anywhere in it. So you put a clasp on there? Awesome. So I will make an extender. You can use, if we didn't use this to create this bracelet, you could use your bracelet, full bracelet that came with the loot, and make an extender out of it. Whoops.
Oh, sorry. I thought you already clipped it.
I wasn't quite there yet. How is that for length, or do I need to make the other one shorter still?
The other one needs to be shorter, I think.
Okay, tell me when.
Here, just let me pull. Okay. Pull tight there.
Okay. How's that?
Yep.
Okay. I will zoom out a little bit so you can see what they look like together.
We're
Very
gonna
cute.
pretend that that's not crooked at the moment. But
Are you having a hard time, like?
It's hard because you're
you're
mirrored, and then every single time I think I got it, I don't
Here.
got it.
Let me do it for you. Then you don't have to pretend.
I think I may have got it that time. I did get it that time.
It looks so good.
Those are those pieces. Very beautiful. Layered up together, and obviously I'm wearing all my chokers.
Thanks, Jean.
Yes.
She said, love the designs today. Love those tools and love the color back in the day when I bought them. Thanks, Cindy.
Anything else, or
Are you gonna try these?
I can just show them. I'm not gonna go as far as put them on because I'm gonna have to take my studs out.
So you guys may have seen a post on DIY with Vintage with Ashley. She does her really great wood burned beads, but she actually did the illustration that became this medallion. She did the mandala sketch that became that product. So just kind of a fun FYI of where the piece came from. So thanks guys, we're gonna sign off now.
Yes,
Thanks
thank you
for
for
hanging out
joining
with
us.
us.
Hope you enjoyed today's designs. You always can go back and re-screenshot if you want to. Free purview to use our designs as always. And yeah, so we hope everybody is enjoying our transition into fall. Pretty sure, what day is the first day of fall? Like 24th, 23rd? It's like a couple days, I think.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But we have some exciting things coming down the pipe for you guys. Another trend segment, another product release.
So I'm
and they're both exciting.
Excited to show you guys that because we actually do have a lot of it basically already designed. So can't wait for that. You guys also get excited for that as well. And then maybe we will also offer those earrings we talked about earlier, the long ones. We'll see. So lots of exciting things. Keep your eyes peeled. Don't forget to like and share our lives if possible. It just helps us out a lot. And we will see you all next time.